investigation.
F.K. in the coffee. I knew I could count on him. Never fails.
The perpetrator. Bit off Anna's tongue.
Jackpot, Zach. A shame, but our old-time all-American sightseeing tour just came to an end.
When purple fog covers our town, we'll all wander in hell, I fret. So says Mr. Stewart.
Oh, well, there's an old story, folklore. It's a fairy tale to me. Something about a killer in a raincoat who appears on rainy nights.
She had a red dress on. She was a goddess.
It's starting to rain. I think this case may take a while.
It would take a lot less time if we didn't stop to get trading cards and do side quests and find items for people. But of course, we are doing that because this is Deadly Premonition, the director's cut. And we just got a new previously on Deadly Premonition segment. We haven't gotten one in a while, but since now we're in episode 2, we now have a new one. But as for where we are right now, we are in the art gallery. We are here to meet Diane, and we are here to take in some artwork like this picture over here. But we are not the only one. Olivia is here to check out some paintings, probably. But she is very sad as she looks at these paintings. I guess this painting here could evoke emotions. Right. Maybe you get sad at the sight of trees at twilight. I was about to say tweez at twilight. Maybe you get sad at trees at twilight. You might. I don't know, but maybe you would. Maybe you would.
Hello, Olivia. Do you like art?
Yes, I do. Well, I mean, I like trees.
Trees. Okay. But I see because these are all tree paintings. Do you come here often then?
Well, no. Just sometimes. I'm sorry, I really need to get back to the diner.
Zach, she was lying about something. She said trees, not paintings of trees. She doesn't need to come here to see trees. There's tons of trees outside.
If someone asked you if you like art, would you say no? That would seem strange to say, no, I don't like art, just in general. I could do without it. I mean, you're going to say you like art, even if you don't know anything about art. You're going to say you like it, because you don't want to appear uncultured, even if you are. Here's Olivia's memo. And the key to the gallery. Olivia's not too much into art, though. She likes trees. But as York said, York poking holes in this well-crafted narrative of Olivia's. Why would she need to come here to see trees? There are a lot of trees outside. Her memo says, tree at sunset, red leaves, dancing red butterflies. We also have the key to the gallery. It's the key to the gallery. Well, as for why Olivia was here, doesn't really have to do with us for right now. We're here to find Diane, since she's back in town. We probably shouldn't try to get in here. Why is that, York? What's behind there? It's just a hallway. Doesn't seem like it's anything special, but we probably shouldn't try to get in there. It's York's investigator intuition. He just knows. Just like these red sparkles mean that he is intuiting that there is something interesting about this painting. Trees at twilight. Okay, so, looking back at that note. Right, tree at sunset, which is this. Thing we need to remember is that there are 6 trees. Let's remember that. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Let's remember that. 6 comes first. Looks kind of creepy. If you say so, York. I don't think that looks especially creepy. I don't think we can observe most of the paintings, though we can look at them and see that they're all of trees. Like, all of the paintings in the art gallery do seem to be of trees. Can I read that? Nah, I can't read that. It's like we can just look at all the paintings here. I'm pretty sure they're all trees. I'm also pretty sure that there is some target practice to be had in the Muses gallery. I assume that these things are here just for art purposes. But in a way, the shot-up versions of them is also artistic, you might say. Who's to say it's not? Art is such a subjective thing. Anyway, we're here in the gallery. We have to find Diane. That's a fake door. We can't go through that. More paintings. Trees? Trees? So many trees. So, Diane seems to have a love of trees, or paintings of trees. And since this is her art gallery, I guess she can state that all of the paintings here are to be of trees. We can observe this one. A foggy forest, likely an actual view somewhere in the town. Is the purple fog intentional? Well, we have seen purple fog. Maybe someone else has as well, and has painted it here. Considering that the museum is privately owned by Diane, I guess she could just say, no, I want everything to be trees. I want all trees all the time. I don't want to see a single painting in this museum that is not of a tree. Little outdoor area here where we can look in another room. No reason to do that, but it's there. Pay no mind to the FBI agent who is riddling all of your boxes and such with bullets. He has his reasons. He knows what he's doing. 4 trees in their reddish splendor. So these are autumn leaves. So the note said tree at sunset, red leaves, and dancing red butterflies. So we are looking at autumn leaves, and these trees are red. There are 4, so 6 and 4. Also, this one looks specifically like the trees at the graveyard. So it seems like this is a scene from the town. It seems like someone painted that looking at what was in the graveyard. More trees. So many trees. But there is a missing painting back here. Red butterflies frolicking. And that is the 3rd one that we need, but it is not here. This is a very large one of a single tree. I believe that... Okay, yeah, there is something in that room. And a big padlock on that door. Well, York is not going to let that get in his way. He doesn't have time. Oh, hold on. He does have time to shoot up some boxes. He doesn't have time to look for a key to that door or ask Diane for a key. Actually, a key wouldn't work because that was a padlock. So somehow Diane padlocked the door from the inside. He wouldn't actually be able to get in this room. So York is doing her a favor by shooting up everything he sees, really.
Call this a painting? A bit primitive with poor composition. Hardly the work of a master. But strangely, though, it powerfully exudes a soft, warm feeling. On the back it says, Guardian of the Art Gallery, in fresh strokes. So someone added that recently. Guardian of the Art Gallery. Wouldn't that be Diane? And why is this painting here?
York getting critical about this art. He's saying, man, this painting sucks. Why is it here? Get rid of it. Why would someone like Diane have this in her back room where no one is meant to see it? I should take it with me. I'll just put it in my pocket and I'll be on my way. I mean, maybe Diane would ask, why did you take that with you? But, I mean, well, we're the FBI. It's probably, it might be related to the case. We don't know it's not. That's right. Diane would be up ahead here, but her privacy is protected by a combination lock. It's a 3-digit number. We know 2 of the digits so far, thanks to Olivia's note. Olivia, for whatever reason, also knows how to get in. So we have 6, we have 4. We need 1 more, but the painting for that last number is gone. Maybe we'll find our answers. Answers? Answers in the basement. I wonder if Diane can hear York running all around the museum, firing a machine gun everywhere. I wonder if she's curious at all about what's going on. Or maybe she's just saying, oh, that must be that FBI agent. He's investigating. I've heard he's quite eccentric. We could turn all of these on and off, but we don't need to. York's FBI intuition sense tells him that it's only this last one that is important. Well, of course, we're first going to get the agent honor. So what is in this one? Well, we found our last painting, red butterflies frolicking, a large tree and red butterflies. It almost looks as if it's burning. Well, only 1 tree. So that would be the last painting of our combination. So we need 6, 4, and 1. We can't go in here. We will later, but for right now, we don't need to. What we do need to do is get back up to the first floor and go talk to Diane. I'm not sure what this is. Is this like an elevator? I don't remember. Maybe when we're back here later that opens up, but I don't really remember what that is right now. All right, so we want 6, 4, and 1. Hope Diane doesn't mind us going through such troubles to get to her office, and she obviously wants to be left alone. Otherwise, why would she have this convoluted lock? Ah, it's a beautiful...
Like I said, there's no point in you having this. I can put it to far better use. I'm taking it with me, okay?
That's fine by me then, as you wish. The FBI agent, right? Just wait a moment, please. I'll be right with you.
So there's no way you could have been at the scene of the crime.
That's right. I was drinking at the bar with Nick until early morning. I'm sure if you ask him about it, he'll say the same.
Very well. I'll be sure to do that. One other thing. That argument with Carol just now.
She's always like that. She thinks of me as an enemy, always bickering at what I say.
Is there any reason for that?
Perhaps because someone she liked ended up with me in my bed?
That would explain it, yes. If I may be so bold, who was the lucky man?
Oh, I sleep with anyone I wish. Anyone I prefer to sleep with. I guess she had her eye on one of them, but I don't know who it was exactly. I could sleep with you, if you like.
I'm flattered by your offer, but I don't think that would be appropriate. You're exactly the kind of woman a man in my job should never get involved with.
Isn't that a shame, darling?
I'll be frank. Right now, you are not a suspect. But both Zach and I are certainly feeling shaky about you. If you want to remain in the clear, just watch yourself from now on.
Oh, you don't know, do you? Artists and art lovers, we love a good thrill.
Thank you for your help. I have nothing further to ask you at the moment. Goodbye.
I was about to say it's a beautiful, glowing green sun out today, as we had that neon green light coming through the window. But, more importantly, we met Diane. Diane is all aloof and mysterious. She likes playing that character. Carol had an argument with her and took something from her and was very angry, though we don't know about what yet. Trying to remember now, what did she take from Diane? Actually kind of blanking on that. But we met Diane. That's all we needed to do here. And we've ended this chapter. And of course, George and Emily came along with us for nothing, because all they did was wait outside while York figured out the mystery of the combination lock.
I had a chat with Diane. She said she was at the bar drinking with Nick at the time of the murder. We need to confirm her story. Let's talk to Nick at the diner.
Very well, Agent Morgan. I have to head back to the department and clear up some paperwork. Go with Emily to the A&G diner.
Okay, then.
I'll show you the way. The diner's open from 9 to 2100.
Just as we suspected, Zach. Diane is the key to this case. I have a feeling she will lead us right to the criminal. That's Kaysen. Looks like the show has just begun, and it has an all-star cast.
You know, Diane ends up being kind of unimportant to the story, despite York's belief that she is going to lead us to the criminal. Emily loves moves. We know about that. But, yeah, it doesn't... You know, Diane is kind of introduced with kind of big fanfare, but in the end, she really didn't have a whole lot to do with anything. Oh, right, I forgot. Yeah, I know. That's right. I always forget about that. Let's go. All right, going to go to the A&G. My car is probably pretty low on gas, though. We'll see.
Emily, do you know a man named Forrest Kaysen?
Kaysen? Yes, I know him. The sapling salesman, right? He always uses strange comparisons when he talks.
I'd like to know more about him. What does he do when he comes to town?
He's a salesman, so I guess he sells things? Maybe he comes on vacation. We haven't seen many tourists recently, but he comes pretty often.
Is that all?
Well, now that you mention it, he seems quite friendly with the Ingrams, with Isaac and Isaiah. Maybe you should ask them about Kaysen.
Okay, I will.
This is also kind of one of the stranger things that doesn't really get much of an explanation, that Kaysen has an interest in the twins. And we can find Kaysen walking along a forest path, or a road, with the twins on certain days at certain times, if we go looking.
Emily, don't you find it a bit suffocating to be around George so much?
Well, we aren't always together. And anyway, I've gotten used to him.
Impressive. Women are very adaptable.
No, it's not like that, actually. I mean, George is hard-headed, sure, but he's also a hard-working man. That's why the townsfolk trust him so much.
The very epitome of the rural sheriff.
That's right, he isn't some hotshot FBI agent. This place isn't like the city. Everyone knows everyone else.
What about you and Anna? Were you two close?
No, not close, really. I don't seem to have much in common with teenagers nowadays. All they talk about are boys, clothes, and accessories. I don't have much interest in any of those things.
There is a gap between a teenager and being in your 20s.
Everyone's different, that's all. Me and you, too.
Zach, I'm not liking the way this conversation is heading. Let's concentrate on driving instead.
All right. I guess we should also concentrate on which direction we're going to go, which is going to be to... Well, I'm going to turn around and go this way. If we can get to the gas station before we run out of gas, then we can continue on talking with Emily. If not, then, well, we're just going to have to summon a car, and I guess Emily's going to go off on her own. But we should make it to the gas station in time.
Uh-huh.
Fill her up. Yeah, sure. There you go. You might as well get both of these things done. Nah. Yep, we do need a wash. Perfect. Alright, let's continue on. If Jack had come out, we could have talked to him, I guess, and bribed him to get some information, which would eventually, you know, complete a side quest, but it's not that important.
Let's just focus on getting to the diner and cut the chit-chat.
Well, I guess Emily's all talked out. And here we are.
The A&G Diner. Wonder what the A and G stand for. Any ideas, Emily?
Nope, I don't know either.
Air and gravity, perhaps? Access and games? Aliens and Godzilla? Who knows?
Is it important to know? I mean, why don't you just ask Nick?
Oh, I will. But first, I need to eat. Wonder what's good here.
But we already did eat here in the dinner cutscene, so we already would know.
Welcome, Mr. Agent.
Hi, Olivia. Let me have your special for today. And some fresh coffee.
Our special today is turkey. A turkey and gravy sandwich. Sound good?
Oh, perfect. Emily, you eat something too. It'll be on the FBI.
Okay then, I'll go all out. I'll have the T-bone steak. I usually can't order it because it's a little too expensive.
Mrs. Olivia Cormack,
Okay.
I am here for Mr. Stewart's lunch. If it is ready, I'd thank you a bunch.
That's kind of strange.
Yes, of course. Just a moment. Here you go. The usual. 1 turkey, strawberry jam, and cereal sandwich.
Sounds like the sinner's sandwich. Self-inflicted punishment to atone for past sins. He's setting an example.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, you should try this wonderful lunch. It's more than a delicious, tasty crunch. So says Mr. Stewart.
No, that's fine. I've just ordered my own lunch.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, that is, Mr. Stewart's order is delicious, I should mention. And Mr. Nick Cormack is a genius for creating this perfection. So says Mr. Stewart.
Still, I have a hunch I might not like it. You sure that sandwich is that good?
Mr. Francis York Morgan, making decisions based on intuitions is always a sign of bad FBI agents. So says Mr. Stewart.
Does that rhyme?
Harry, you're right. I'll give it a try.
They just put the jam all over on the outside, don't they?
I can't believe it. This is fantastic. It's really good. Olivia, I'm sorry, but can I change my order? I'll have what Harry is having. Nick and Diane. They hardly make the perfect couple, do they? Is it widely known that they go drinking together, just the two of them?
To be honest, I don't pay attention to these things.
Not into local gossip?
Well, when I moved here, I was still in high school, and I kept wearing the same wild clothes from my school in Seattle.
Tell us about these wild clothes.
And before I knew it, there were rumors all over the school. She'll screw anyone. That's what they said. Totally unfounded, of course. Anyway, after that, I just sort of chose not to really trust gossip.
I get where you're coming from. I used to dress like a hardcore punk rocker when I was in high school.
You? A punk rocker?
Nobody took my side, even when I had good grades. People rejected me just because of what I wore. I was young back then, too.
Even still, I just don't see you as a punk rocker.
And you laugh? Look at you. No makeup on, dressed in uniform, eating a steak for lunch. Okay, back to work. Let's talk to Nick.
Wait, why wasn't one of the DLC costumes a punk rocker costume? I mean, they came up with a bunch of original suits, but why not a punk rock suit? It would have been a canon suit. York's youth clothes is the clothes he wore when he was young. Why wasn't that an option? That seems like it probably would have been an obvious one. Now, there are two things I want to bring up about that cutscene that we saw with the Sinner's Sandwich. One, the sandwich, everyone calls that sandwich the Sinner's Sandwich, but if you think about what's said during the cutscene, York says that that sandwich is the Sinner's Sandwich because the Sinner's Sandwich is terrible. Harry is deliberately eating something terrible to atone for sins as an example to the rest of the town, but he ends up really liking the sandwich, so it can't actually be a Sinner's Sandwich. It had, like, the name doesn't really make sense because it's just what York thought it was when he thought that would turn out to be terrible, but then it turned out to be good. There's also one other thing I want to bring up about the Sinner's Sandwich. Oh, okay, she just says it right here. It's apple and gravy. I don't remember if I got this dialogue the first time round. Now, it's easy to get because you could just ask her while we're here, but I don't remember. No, that's going to make her sad. She doesn't like that. No. Well, the second thing I wanted to mention about the sandwich is that I brought up before the possibility of Michael chewing up food and then spitting it in Harry's throat hole. Okay. Now, okay, Harry eats through the throat hole. Okay, bear with me. If he eats through the throat hole, why would it matter if Harry likes the taste of his lunch? Like, apparently Harry is saying that the sandwich is delicious, so that's why he comes here to eat. But we know he can't eat through his mouth. We know he has to eat through the throat hole. Why would it matter what he is eating? Why would the taste matter? The only way it could matter is if Michael is eating the sandwich. He's chewing it up and spitting it in the hole. So the food they get is not about what Harry likes. It's about what Michael likes. Because Michael is going to be the one who's tasting it. Harry's down for whatever because, he doesn't taste any of it. Michael, however, is going to have to taste it. So I think that this reinforces my theory about Michael chewing up food and spinning it in Harry's throat hole. I think it's airtight now. I wonder why this bit isn't voiced. It seems like kind of an important conversation, because we're talking directly about the murder. Did York always not have any pupils? I don't seem to remember that. But he clearly does not have pupils now. I'm working here! Like that little sassy pose he gives. Well, nothing we can get out of Nick. We could walk in, but he doesn't like that. We know he doesn't like that.
Hey, I'm working here. You can't just stroll into a chef's kitchen.
Then perhaps you would give me your permission to enter.
No! Get the hell out of here.
Zach, everyone has their own sanctuary. Let's leave him in his.
Well, that part's voiced. Alright, well, we got basically nothing. Oh, hey, it's a forest. I don't want to go over there, do I? Because Willie's gonna take my bones.
There's something I'd like to confirm with you, Olivia, if that's okay.
Yes, well, so long as it doesn't take too long.
First, what were you and Nick doing on the night of the murder?
I was here in the diner. Nick said he was going to the bar for a couple of drinks.
Does he go to the bar often? Leaving you to hold up the fort?
Yes. He says he enjoys the conversation with Diane. I thought they went drinking again together that night.
Do the three of you ever go drinking together?
Well, you see, I'm really not into art.
And your husband is well versed in the arts then, I take it?
Oh, yes. Looking at art and talking about it is his way of relaxing.
People just aren't what they seem. Like a certain someone who was into punk rock 10 years ago.
You are absolutely right, Emily. But you can be an art lover and a liar at the same time. One more thing, Olivia. You just said that you aren't interested in art.
That's right. And...
So, how come I bumped into you at the art gallery? Didn't seem like Nick brought you there. You were there alone.
Well, I like trees, is the thing. That's why I went there.
Surely you'd be better off in the forest rather than an art gallery, then. I think you went to the gallery not to see trees, but to see Diane, right? You don't want to answer? Or perhaps this isn't the right place to ask.
Meet me in the backyard. You can get there from the parking lot. I'll wait for you there for an hour after we close up.
Got the key to that backyard.
They close at 2100. Should we get something to drink and wait?
All right. Well, our talking with Nick didn't go so well, but Olivia has something that she needs to share. Also, I do think there are a couple things we probably want to do before this conversation.
Agent York, what do we do now?
I want to hear what Olivia has to say. Let's kill time until the diner closes.
Okay, then I'm gonna make a trip back to the department. I'll see you in the backyard later.
Okay, sounds good.
See you later then.
Zach, about Olivia. I presume she wants to tell us something about Nick and Diane. Let's hope it's not just something for the gossip columns.
Well, we have a lot of time. There's Kaysen. Gotta stay away from Willie. There is a lot of time before we talk to her because it's 11 o'clock now and it's 21 o'clock by the time we actually can talk to her. And that's it right there, in that ring. But we're not going to do that right now. What we are going to do... Actually, why was Kaysen in there? And then we came outside, and then he was walking to there. That doesn't seem quite right. Well, what we are going to do right now is we're going to save our game. And next time in Deadly Premonition, I think I'm going to have to figure out if there's some things that I'm going to want to spend time doing before we talk to Olivia, because I'm pretty sure that once we talk to Olivia, we're not going to be able to talk to Becky again, if I'm remembering this right. So I'm going to have to think about if there's anything I want to do before we do that. So we're going to save right now. And next time, next time we're probably just going to, mess around a bit. Drive around Deadly Premonition, drive around Greenvale, and maybe see if we can talk to Becky, maybe see if we can talk to Quint, maybe see if we can find that last bone. We might as well get the last bone, since I'm staying away from Kaysen and Willie, since I don't have that bone. Who else is out and about? We could go to the police station for lunch. Not many people out and about right here. There are people in the diner, but I don't want to go back in there right now. Who else is around? There's the gas station, of course. There's Wesley the gunsmith, but his place is closed right now. Milk Barn, Carol, Keith, Lily are there, but I don't think anyone there has anything for me. Well, there's Sigourney. I could also check in with the general. His junkyard would be open at this point, I believe. Emily went back. She said she was going to the department. She's just goofing off, going back home and relaxing, I think. Okay, so Sally is with Richard. Quint is in his place. Would I be able to go to Quint's trailer? His trailer open right now? Because you never really know. I guess we'll find out next time as we continue on with Deadly Premonition. We have 10 in-game hours before we need to come back and talk to Olivia. We'll see what we can do in that period of time. Next time. I'll see you then.